Grant, thank you. Over the past couple of years, SEMO has been making an effort to improve its campus.
The newest addition includes the Roy Blunt Professions Hall, along with new additions to Houck Stadium that could be on the way soon. Blake Showalter has more.
Outside of the future Roy Blunt Health Professions Hall, which is one of the many developments Southeast Missouri State is working on. I talked to the Director of Facilities Management, Angela Meyer, who says this is one of the many growth initiatives for the future of SEMO.
I believe this is the start of many great things to come.
Meyer says that the plans for Roy Blunt Hall have been years in the making and will bring improvements to SEMO's Health Sciences Department.
We had a need for our allied health sciences as well as kinesiology and sports medicine, and we needed to ensure we had a good space for them.
Along with the Roy Blunt building, SEMO is building a new $18.2 million chiller plant, which controls the climate in buildings.
It affects everything associated with the buildings south of Normal Street, and we are looking forward to getting that project started.
Construction will begin after the demolition of Dearmont Hall. SEMO is also set to begin the proceedings towards the development of Phase 2 of the Hawk Field renovations. Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics, Brady Barkey, says it will include more than previously planned.
We will try to incorporate offices, locker room spaces, a new sports medicine facility, premium seating area, all of the press box functions, a ticket office.
Barkey says they also plan to host events other than SEMO sporting events.
Opportunities to be able to have band competitions, to be able to have high school football jamborees or those types of things in there. Maybe there's even an opportunity one day to be able to host state football championships.
Barkey says they plan to narrow down a start date later.
We've got a lot of work to do still to make sure that we can get funding mechanisms all in place, and then once that process happens later here in the spring, then I think we'll have a much clearer picture, and then we'll understand kind of what the next step is from there.
As of now, SEMO's focus remains on providing the best experience possible, whether that's in the classroom or at the stadium. In Cape Girardeau, Blake Showalter, Heartland News.